Today is the 6th of August, Jamaica's Independence Day. Almost 60 years later, we're here to celebrate them. But it is vital to keep in mind the hardships that the Jamaican people had to and still face today. It all started when our country, destroyed from the war, called for them, for their workforce. They were the backbone of this country, keeping it on its feet. They did the low-grade jobs no one was willing to do, and the greatness our country is today could not have been possible without them. This is why we're here today with a second-generation immigrant, Aaron Ajani. Hi, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for welcoming me here. The pleasure is mine.
Now, Aaron, your parents are first-generation immigrants.
Yes, they are.
I would like to ask, how was this upheaval? How was this welcome for your parents coming from the Windrush ship?
Well, I'll tell you, back in Jamaica, my dad was a very successful bank owner. So you could imagine the surprise we went through when we first knew that his job consisted of being a construction worker. We really had high expectations of the life in London and the people there, but they were immediately crushed when we first arrived and welcomed by the grey weather and the cold British people.
Wow, and I mean, you're clearly describing the disinformation that happened back then, targeting the Caribbean people. I mean, the scam. Yes, this scam, because that's what it is. How did it affect your life?
It affected us and my family in many ways. Like, first of all, when we first arrived in the UK, we were looking for somewhere to live in. And we were only offered very, very poor housing. I still remember the stench and dirty one-bedroom apartment. One-bedroom apartment we lived in.
But your three kids, I mean, this is inhuman. This shouldn't be happening.
Exactly. The kitchen barely consisted of a sink. You could imagine the horror a 4-year-old me went through, and I felt embarrassment when my friends would ask me about my house. I didn't have that many friends at school.
Wow. No kid should go through this, but I imagine the very few friends you had were due to racism.
Well, right? Sadly, back in my school days, the kids there were so racist. Yeah, the white kids were so racist, and they'd bully me and the other Caribbean kids. So we didn't have any other choice other than befriending one another.
Wow, that's horrible. And I imagine that this racism followed you till today.
It did. It followed me everywhere. Even trying to be getting taken seriously and trying to find a job was very hard to me due to the racism I faced. But recently, it has improved a lot. But there's still a lot of work to be done to fix this issue.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you very much.
This was The Hardships of the Windrush Generation by Bendy for CNN. Back to you, Sally.